Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Salman in the building. Shout out to all the people already in the chat room. Apologies for the late start today. My apologies for the late start today. I just launched a new website, so had to make sure that was all set to go. Alright, shout out to all the people already in the chat room. What's going on, everybody? Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into it. Shout out to Money Stay Woke, Bullish Marquette, Chris McKinney. Chris McKinney, you say, what's that instrumental off of? Yeah, that's a hot ass beat. Email me, happypennystocks@gmail.com. I'll just send it to you in the email once I get off the show. All right, so let's jump into it. Overall, man, we had an update today in the markets. The pennies were looking pretty good today. We had a couple of stocks, that we know of, all of a sudden go side, unfortunately, the other direction. But overall, not bad. I mean, just another day on the markets. I had a couple familiar names run, including PTX. Hold on, let me see that. Was that today or is this after market? Let me make sure that. Yeah, that was today. Yeah, PTX, which I wasn't paying attention to. Again, I had some other things to look at today. So the markets wasn't on my mind, but we do have, of course, another stock to introduce the family to as well. You guys know every day I'm going to try and introduce a stock to the people. All right, last time I think we did night food, and then before that I don't even remember what stock we looked at before that. But I got another stock for us to look at today. That, who knows? We'll see what the future holds for this particular stock. Who knows? All right, what's going on, everybody in the chat room? Let me see. I saw somebody, Blackhawks, RXDX. Let's look at the ticker. Here's the daily chart. Nice. Okay. So you had, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of selling off. And you had a bounce today on that RSI. Okay, public offering. You had a public offering and the stock went up. Typically, it's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that. So let me know if there was some other news regarding the stock. You let me know if there was some other news regarding the stock that had it moving up today. But I'll definitely give you that ka-ching on that one, man. I'll give you that one. 16% gain on RXDX. Up exactly $1 a share. Nice little nice candlestick there for that one too. All right, but the 13-day MA on the chart didn't say anything about staying in that. Obviously, it would have actually been a short, but yeah, the short, whoever was in it got squeezed. So in fact, I probably guess. Let me look at the 1 hour. Here's the 1 hour. Yeah, okay. So as we can see here, you had a huge volume move that second hour of right here, that first beginning of the morning. 9:30 was where all your 9:30 to 10:30. This was 9:30 to 10:30. This is where all the volume was, and you had somebody get squeezed in there, and that is RXDX. What's going on, Michael B? Bad Scientist, what's up, man? So, Bats, are you saying that this is a possible multiple day situation here? It could become a multiple day pattern, right? Or it's setting up like that. It could. Looks like it's setting up like that. We'll see. Huge volume for this stock too. Look at that. Average volume is only 800,000 shares. You had 6.6 million today. That's why I'm thinking something happened, or maybe they just played on the RSI. They just played on the oversold. Beautiful chart in RXDX for the day. Here's the 5-minute. Beautiful chart. As you can see here, you got the huge move in the morning, and that got them to squeeze, man. That got them to squeeze. All right. Did see PTX in the chat room just now as I glanced over there. Another beautiful 2 o'clock pattern on PTX. And PTX, for those of you guys who remember this stock, remember we were talking about PTX when it was like, this was pre-reverse split, when it was like 10 cents, 12 cents. And a lot of we had guys in the chat room who believed that PTX was going to get bought out. I mean, they were just, yeah, there's going to be a purchase soon. There's going to be a purchase soon. Unfortunately, that purchase never came. It never came for that stock. They ended up reverse splitting, and now, doing pretty good here. Here's PTX over the last several days here since the 24th. And as you can see here, actually since the 21st of April, it's looking pretty good. Since $3.80, and over the last two weeks now, PTX is looking good. Yeah, look at the daily chart on PTX. Let's zoom in a little bit, and this was kind of one of those, that survival pattern we talked about, that FUS4 survival pattern. Some of you guys who've gotten that FUS4 DVD, that's that survival pattern he talks about, and sure enough, comes in bearish. It gets to a low, and those sellers are gone. Those sellers are gone, and now buyers are in full control of the stock. And here's the multiple day run so far in PTX. Here's the 13-day moving average, which is saying stay in the stock. And you would have actually gotten in at 350-ish and held it as the 13-day MA tells you to stay in the stock. And that's part of that FUS for one DVD. So if you saw that one, that was the clue on that one. Missed opportunity there. Let me see here. QSIM 33% gain today. QSIM is one we've talked about before. Nice move on that stock today. Let me catch it. Let me see if I can insert the Bollinger Bands. Let's see where we are on the bands here. Let me adjust that real quick. Scale left. All right, so here we are on the Bollinger Bands. Okay, so we're here's the 20-day moving average. So we're right smack dab in the middle by the 20-day moving average. We're basically right in the middle. And now we're above the 13-day moving average on QSIM. We'll see if it can hold it, man. What's going on, Kenny Dutton, Cali Girl, Patrick Roberts? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate it, P City. Yeah, I got another podcast coming where I'm creating a new website for another affiliate marketing program. Yeah, love affiliate marketing, man. Very easy. Create some websites, basic SEO knowledge, Instagram posting, Twitter posting. You can create some decent money coming in. As you guys saw in that video, I showed you a couple websites, just 2 websites that were making a couple thousand a month. All right. What's going on, Bats? ZFGN. Ooh, ZFGN, right? ZFGN, by the way, is so funny because if you go through my videos, I made a video about ZFGN back in, I want to say, February of 2016. ZFGN is a product. I think it's like for obesity, right, or something like that. They had somebody die using the drug. Somebody died using the drug, and the FDA actually halted all operations regarding ZFGN. And I had a short as soon as I heard about the news. I shorted the shit out of that, and I made a video under a Jay-Z beat because the FDA was reconsidering. So I sent the link to a bunch of people at the FDA because, you know, their email addresses are public information. So I sent the link, and I had the rap beat with Jay-Z and talking about how the drug kills people, and I emailed it to a bunch of the people at the FDA, and they kept a hold. So I kind of feel like I was kind of responsible for that, but, you know, that was funny. Yeah, if you go through my videos, you'll see that ZFGN video. It's hilarious. Let me see here. ENCC. But yeah, Bats is saying after hours is up 15%. I wonder on what news, Bats. If you know the news, let me know. Give me a call. My lines are open. I don't think I'm going to be getting any calls today from my new website, by the way. Any of you guys looking for a cash advance loan with 200% interest rate? Go to my new business affiliate website, loanmac.com, and check that out, loanmac.com, man. I hope I don't get any, because I'm using the same number on LoanMac that I'm using for this show. So hopefully nobody calls me with a customer service question, or they're going to have their whole business on the damn show. ENCC up 78% today. 3.37 million shares traded. Oh, man, almost 4 times its average. Where's the news that's moving these things? 414, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal? This is Tally, man.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, I just had a question regarding day trading.
Okay.
I have an account with TD Ameritrade, and I bought ticker FNBC this morning.
Okay.
At 33 cents.
Okay.
And it went crazy today. It got all the way up to 89 cents, and I jumped out too soon, man.
Where did you jump out at?
I jumped out about 50 cents, I think, 45, 50 cents.
I mean, you got some profit. So, I mean, look, you can't predict the future, man.
I know.
You know?
I know, but I could have made $1,300 today, man, if I would have stayed.
Yeah. I mean, it always looks good in hindsight, man. I mean, there are many times I've, bought stocks and sold out, and then the next day it kept running, or I shorted and got out early because I thought I would get squeezed, and then it kept going down. So, I mean, that's just, it's going to happen to you, man. But, did you feel like you chickened out, or you just felt like it was enough for you at the time?
Yeah. And I actually got all the way up to like 250, and I had a problem trying to sell it. It was. Yeah, so I had to call TD Ameritrade, and they guided me through on the way how to sell. I mean, I know how to buy and sell a stock, but for some reason that app was acting goofy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was my connection or what, but I wound up selling it, and I made about $182.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, profit is profit, man. Profit is profit, and I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, you can't beat yourself up about it. Obviously, you always would have loved to have kept it in there, and now it's sitting at 61 cents. That's another 10 cents you could have possibly made, but you don't know that, so you didn't even know if it was going to go that high, right? So.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was looking at it, at least I didn't lose, but my thing was after I jumped out, because I saw it started getting bearish, I was like, I think I better get out of here. I got $200. That's good enough for me.
Right.
But I started it all of a sudden the RSI jumped through the roof. The volume got crazy, and it just shot straight up. And I tried to jump back in, but you can't do that with TD Ameritrade.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, TD does. I mean, you can probably sell and jump back in, but it's not one of those kind of platforms where you want to be doing stuff like that. So, but I got you, man. You got good profit, and it is what it is. But next time, maybe hold the trade a little bit longer, especially when you're in it that kind of early and you had so much more of the day left to go. Because I see you. That means you must have sold it at least before 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I think I was like 30 minutes into it, and it was up like $230 in the plus. So I just wasn't trying to get greedy with it. But
sure.
My thing is, I heard with Thinkorswim, I can use it as a day trade, right? That's associated with TD.
Well, yeah, you can use Thinkorswim. I mean, Thinkorswim is TD Ameritrade.
Right. So I didn't know that. So now I'm gonna use Thinkorswim so I can buy, sell, and maybe jump back in again. Because if I could have jumped back in, I could have made a lot more today.
Yeah, that's a much faster platform than I know the basic TD app that they've got out. But yeah, download that app, and I think it'll work out better for you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
Oh. All right, Sal. Take care.
Appreciate it, man. Yes, indeed. Yep. Yes, indeed. Shout out to him. Yeah, if he's using that especially if you're using like the mobile site or some bullshit like that, it's those things aren't fast enough to really be going in and out of. You know what I'm saying? You got to add in more and press this and press that. Go to one screen to the next screen. But Thinkorswim is the shit. Yeah, I see Stock Guy said Thinkorswim is the shit. It is the shit. Also on the Thinkorswim, if you're using it on your computer, you have the option of whether you want to go to your real account or the paper trading account. And you can use that TOS platform and just paper trade. There's no limit on it. There's no, no time, 7 days or 30. You use it as long as you need to create, a strategy for yourself. So use that Thinkorswim. It's free. You sign up to your TD trade account, a TD Ameritrade, which is free. It takes like 5 minutes. Download the Thinkorswim platform and just paper trade on that if you want. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Let me see here. Got a couple stocks, of course. Let me see. Got a couple stocks crash today, and unfortunately, no shorts were available. DNR was one of them. I wanted this one real bad because I thought this would go lower, but it is what it is on that one. All right, but we had some runners. Going back to these runners, though, let me see here, WKHS. Yeah, what was going on with this one, man? What was going on with this one, WKHS? Because I did a quick glance and I didn't see any news. But then I got the alert for the gap up opening. Pulled back a little bit, then, started hugging the 20-day moving average, as you can see here, right on the Bollinger Band. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. Started hugging the 20-day. All right, and really stayed on top of it, man. Here it is right here. Just kind of stayed on top of it. WKHS. JT is just basically a fake trading account. We're using fake money. He's asking what is a paper trade account. Bad Scientist MKAU promotional video was encouraging. I'd like to check it out. I didn't see that. MKAU came out with a promotional video. MKAU, by the way, they still got to respond back to why they had, disappeared when investors were wondering what was going on with the service the first time around. If you guys remember on MKAU, they were supposed to be announcing, their product going live, and then they disappeared. No information on them going live, no nothing. They just vanished. They just vanished. That's why I'm kind of side-eyeing that company. And then all of a sudden they showed up again with like a new date, as if everything was all right. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you invite somebody to a party on the weekend and they don't even call you to tell you if they were coming or if they weren't coming. All right. And then you see them during the week and they just acting like, you know, nothing happened. Like, motherfucker, you shady as fuck. You know? Let me see here. MJNA. All right. You know, for those OTCs, let's get back to the daily charts. You know, it's not one of those you can day trade for the most part. MJNA, yeah, last couple of days, you know, it would look like it was about to do something. You know, hold on, let me get out of this. Hold up. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. There it is. That's the right chart. And as you can see here, looking to going the wrong way. You know, we're going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Bats. I see you posted that. The Clickly software. Let me see if there's... Okay, it looks like they haven't posted it on YouTube. Or otherwise, I just downloaded and showed the people here in the chat room, but I'm not seeing it. SC Trucker says MKAU feels like a scam. Well, the fact of the matter is they have yet to release data on how many people actually signed up for the software. They still haven't released that data. How many people are actually using the damn thing? How many people signed up? How many people are actually paying? Or is everybody a free customer? Let me see here. I need some NASDAQ setups that look nice right now. APTO. APTO today with that huge volume. As you can see, RSI is stupid hot on APTO. Let's see today's action. Had the gap up opening. Not much to work with here, as I see on the 5-minute chart. You really didn't have much to work with here. Yeah. But I did see some other stocks that had better patterns to trade during the day. And I'm about to pull those up here in just a second. Scott C, am I still into SPY put options? Yeah, I actually got stopped out. Scott C, yeah, I got stopped out on that. I was down like $250 and I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I was down $250. I thought after the announcement of the whole tax plan, I didn't think the market would keep going after the announcement of the tax plan. So I ended up losing like I was down like $250 like the next day after. Actually, the day after the announcement, and then the market just kept going up. Like I never would have imagined we'd still be at 238 or whatever we are right now. I thought we'd be at least by now back under 237. Yeah, I thought we'd be under 237 by now, and just didn't happen. You know, I see we touched it, but you know, I'm talking like under it. You know, that flash dump today. That flash dump today that we had, that's where the market is supposed to be. 237.79, around there. That's where we're supposed to be at. But this market is just fucking, you know, everybody's excited for no fucking reason. We haven't done shit. You know, people are still underemployed. You still have millions of people looking for work. You know, student loans defaults up the ass. You know, a lot of people getting cars, no money down. 15% interest rate getting fucking, you know, towed after, you know, 90 days. Most people don't even make their 90-day payments when they go to those buy here, pay here places. They don't even make it to 90 days. So I don't know what everybody's so excited about. FNBC, First National Bank. Yeah. The guy called about FNBC. If you guys remember, this was the stock that's going. I mean, this company's going broke. This company is basically kaput. So it sold off huge. So shout out to him for making money on it, because if you look at the daily chart, you can go back to the news sources where they talk about how, you know, it's basically a bank failure. But they had been saved by another company, and here you just had some bottom fishing going on. Yeah. So shout out to him for making some money on that bottom. I mean, look at, you know, you had the huge set off. It, you know, gap down and all that bottom fishing, man. All that bottom fishing. 147%. That's, man, I can't wait till this market crash. I've been saying that too many times. I know it's coming. I know it's coming because, you know, what goes up must come down eventually. I'm waiting. Yeah, we talked about ZFGN. You know, and I know I sound like a hater, but because I am, this shit keeps going, and I don't know why. I don't know what for. You know, we talked about McDonald's gaining $4 billion in added valuation in 3 days. Like, that's crazy, man. Inventure Foods Incorporated, SNNK, 12% gain in that one. Nice little bullish engulfing pattern. I throw out the wick. That's definitely a Marabuzo. Look at that, swallows up almost 3 or 4 days of price action in the stock. Now above where that wick touches the top of that 20-day moving average. That wick touches the top of that 20-day moving average. Matter of fact, let me just take out the, let me hide that 13 EMA and darken this up a little bit. Darken that 20-day moving average. All right, so you can see that a little bit better. All right, so that wick touches right on top of it. Beautiful. So McDonald's is fake food? Yeah, it is. It's horrible food. McDonald's is horrible. That's the worst fast food you can eat. Is McDonald's, man. That's the worst. You know, they only have one hamburger that's all 100%. I think real beef or something like that. I think that's the Big Mac, if I'm correct. They're only pure all beef. That's the only one they actually use the words all beef or pure beef or something like that. ENCC, yeah, we talked about ENCC. That's a huge move for that stock. Somebody mentioned in the chat room that ENCC was a pump. I think it was SC Trucker. Said that was a pump. All right, USMJ. 14% gain. All right, you guys bringing up all these gains. Give me something that's setting up looking right. I know we made that we can hold multiple days. You know, we had, you know, GLBB. I thought that might keep going. Nope. That one shitted on. I thought that was going to be the beginning of something, but the volume never came in. AKS after the rebound is still. I was trying to catch that AKS turnaround, but it looks like I'm going to have to continue to wait a little bit longer because that AKS still continues to sell off. I wanted to catch a bottom here for $1 or $2, but no, sir. Gold continues to sell off. NUGT continues to sell off. Oil too continues to sell off. So commodities right now are just in the shitter, man. Commodities are just in the shitter right now. You know? I'm, and as somebody who's read these Warren Buffett books, I'm alarmed, man. I'm so alert, because I can hear his thinking in my mind, like, and everybody starts getting excited for no reason, man. That's when you need to be cautious. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling real cautious. Because I feel like it could drop like any day. Especially now we're talking about this health bill again. Like I thought we were going with taxes now. All right. We saw Dries today. Shout out to Dries, man. Dries, that piece of shit put on some gains today, man. I was like, Dries is up? I thought we were going to 50 cents with Dries. So shout out to Dries, man. That piece of shit still kicking, man. Shout out to Dries, still kicking. Let me give Dries a little stage clear, man. Yeah. There it is, Dries, man. You did it today, man. You made it through. Dries leveled up today. Got some gains after several days of red. All right. PKD. Parker Drilling. Yeah, that's another oil. That's another oil stock. Until that turns around, I don't believe in any of these small cap oil plays until I see that the commodity starts gaining value. Because that's how they move. When oil starts to turn around, these small cap oil plays will start to turn around too. If you overlap the USO or UCO on top of these small cap oil plays, they're all, pretty much running the same thing. Trading Jedi says he's watching Dries tomorrow for more. Okay. Yeah, I mean, don't never bet against a stock people like to buy. People do like to buy Dries. But I feel like it's burned a lot more people this time around. So, I don't think people are going to be as quick to jump on it like they used to. DOLV. He said we got excited about DOLV. Then here he goes, started to break down. Thought we'd get a wedge and get a pop going north, but unfortunately, as you can see here, it broke down. And we're going the wrong way right now in DOLV. This is not where you want to be if you're in the stock right now. Look, you're from where I marked, we're down 2 cents, which is a lot. You know what I'm saying? For a 6-cent stock to be down 2 cents. But it's not going the right way, and you're not really getting the best candlesticks too, because it looks as if that could be continuing. All right. What's going on, LK Ra? LK Ra, you said you're long an oil play? What's the ticker on that oil play? 1618 Ancients, GLLK. Gold Lakes, okay, 0002 stock. All right, we'll see you when you get the volume. 44 million, not bad. Probably need another 20 million more to really bust out of that. FNBC, we talked about that. LACDF. Lithium America Corp. One of those lithium stocks, OTC play as well. 800,000 shares traded today. All right, percent gain. I don't have anything to add to that. BDSI, I was very, BDSI was one of those NASDAQ biotechs I was, thinking could really do something back in February. I was really watching this, as you can see all my trend lines here. But after we failed at 196, it was just like, okay. And interesting because it came back and bounced off, a support line at 154 coming from all the way back in November. So I don't know. I'll take a look at it if we get back to 196. But other than that, Biosciences International, not bad. 180 a share. If I remember, I can't remember what the float is, but I definitely think it's under 100 million. So pretty light there as well. Tesla puts. Yeah, what was Mr. Lloyd talking about? Mr. Lloyd was betting on Tesla going north, right? Mr. Lloyd, if you're watching, give me a call, man. I hope things worked out for Tesla, man, because I remember Mr. Lloyd talking about Tesla, going the right way, going north, if I'm correct. Did he play the put side? Oh, my God. I hope everything turned out well for Mr. Lloyd. Because yesterday, I believe, was the day he was going to, see the view of his child at the hospital. Last thing he wanted to go in there with some red. But we'll see. MKRS up 1.79%. Micros Systems Incorporated. Don't know anything about it. Give me a call, man. Low volume on this, bro. 38,000 shares traded. Man, that's horrible. That is horrible. 38,000 shares traded. Man, that's like one order, I don't know, every 30 minutes? That's horrible. Even worse. All right, let me get this bully envious guy out of here. Take care, dude. All right. MSDI. Down 3%. Down 3%. Don't know anything about this. But shout out to all those people who were scared to death on Apple, man. Where are all those people who were running about Apple yesterday? Not today's action, but yesterday's action. Oh, my God. Man, I'm down $8 pre-market, man. Oh, fuck. After hours. Where's after hours? There it is. Man, I'm down $8. Man, I got a lot into this, man. I'm not going to let Apple lose, man. Here was yesterday's action in Apple. So the stock opened, gap down, weak hands. That's weak hands for you, bro. That's just weak hands. That's weak hands. That's all that is. Somebody said the show is not on the screen. Oh, there it is. Booyah. 305-600-2896. All right. Let me zoom into that action. So here was Wednesday's move. The stock gaps down. And, of course, weak hands, that's what they do. They always sell and take L's because that's what they do. They take L's. That's why they're called weak hands. Any little thing comes out, they're selling. And the smart money buys all that. It's a bull market. We just had the Qs past 6,000. Technology stocks are the highest they've ever been in years. They're buying that. And that's exactly what happened yesterday in Apple. And it was it would have been a beautiful trade for somebody down there at 144. What a beautiful option for you to just load up on options at that time. Because you're basically back. I mean, you're back. In fact, that day you got back to where you closed the previous day. So if you wanted to get out, I don't know. Tyson Batch, you said you had FNBC at 17 cents? FNBC was the bank, right? Yeah, that's the bank. Okay. Yeah, that was the bank that was going broke. Yeah. We were just talking about your 2 o'clock pattern. We were talking about your 2 o'clock pattern in PTX, man. It's been a multiple day situation for that. Actually, you can go back to as far back as the 21st, on the 5-minute chart, and it's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. PTX is beautiful looking chart, man. 928, you're on the air. What's up?
What up, man? It's Tim.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man. I'm kind of bullish on DOLV right now because I'm waiting on a ticker symbol change.
Okay.
And also, what is the guy name? What's his name who runs DOLV? Richard Quan Wang. He's got some type of lawsuit where I think he illegally obtained like 54 million shares of the stock or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, when are are they changing their name to what? I'm just curious.
I don't know what the ticker symbol changed. It's like J. No, it's supposed to be a ticker symbol that's supposed to change. Yeah, so they got a new QSIM number, but I don't know what they're going to actually change the ticker symbol to. It's going to be like JSD or something crazy like that. But it's going to represent like the new shareholders or the new company they're partnering up with.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they're competing with Tesla, so I'm sure you know about that as well.
Well, I mean, do you think they got what it takes to actually compete with a company like Tesla? I mean, and again, I'm not, shitting on the investment or anything. I'm just kind of, looking the fact that it is breaking down, but you want to continue to hold here because you think it could rebound here. Is that correct?
Well, I'm continuing to buy. When I see it breaking down, I'm like, oh no, this is an opportunity to get more shares.
Okay.
Because I believe in what they're trying to do. Can they compete with Tesla? I would say yes. They got better technology than Tesla. But we'll see. But I really think that this is and I'm not a promoter or anything for this type of stock or anything like that.
Sure.
But I really think it's gonna run. I mean, I'm buying as many shares as I can buy. Like when I saw it go down, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy as much as I can.
Okay.
And I hope it's down tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely be watching. I mean, it's got good volume, over these last several days. So, when are you expecting this news to be resolved in terms of the lawsuit and things like that?
Well, their financials was supposed to come out any day now, so I'm hoping by at least next week, 2 weeks at the latest. I mean, I'm buying this stock till I can't buy anymore. I mean, I'm that serious about it.
Right. All right, man. We'll be watching. Appreciate the call, bro.
All right, dude. Take it easy, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the call, 928. Thanks for the call, 928. I don't know anything about the company, man, but when a guy calls on the phone and says that an OTC stock has better technology than Tesla, Tesla, multi-billion-dollar company, and an OTC stock with a market cap of $28 million has better technology than Tesla. Man, that's a very strong statement, man. That's a very strong statement. I don't know anything about DOLV. I do see here they were acquired by a Chinese-based battery manufacturer. Mr. Dequan Wang, the guy he was just talking about. We're going to take a look at that that paperwork those financials in just a second. 678, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, boss, how you doing?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Collins. I just logged into your show. I was watching it. You're one of your subscribers.
Appreciate it, man.
And actually, I saw you was talking about the FNBC, which normally I did like a dead cut bounce. I got in at 10 cents and sold out today at 74 cents.
Good.
And the other stock I'm holding that kind of did the same thing is Alpha Echo AECS, I think. Alpha Echo Zebra Sierra. What do you think? I know it was something to do with Biotech, that some medication or something that never got approved. But somehow it went to 78 cents and it did another bounce to 106 before it closed down to, I think it was 90-some cents or something. But I'm in at 86 cents. What do you think about it? You think it's something that might go back up or?
Yeah, I mean, the stock dropped due to the cancer treatment phase 3 drug failure. So, I mean, they got basically to the last step. You know, this is something that can be eventually resolved, but being that they, you know, passed 1 and 2. So is there upside? You know, you're going to have to just wait and find out. I can't tell you. I do see here, I mean, they got to, $1.20 today. So, I mean, there was some range on this today. Yeah, there was some range on this.
I've been kind of like watching it. I still held it from the time it got beat up going downwards, and somehow I just got in, I think, yesterday, and somehow did a bounce today, but I never sold. So I just hope probably maybe do another ride or something. If not, I'm just gonna dump it because money is money, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your show. I always watch you all the time, and thank you for helping out the people like us.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
All right.
Yeah, I mean that's hard to tell from this one, man. That's kind of hard to tell. You got earnings coming up here in a couple of days as well. You know, which I'm seeing here they expect to be bad. So I'd actually probably take profits here, man. I don't know how you know it's going to look going into earnings with a company that just recently had a stage 3 failure and then also is going to have bad earnings. You know that could have, you know, negative effects, and you might be, you know, seeing your profits wiped out. So if you're in the green, I'd probably take my profits there and see what happens after. And if you like it even after bad earnings, and if it does dip down or gap down further, again, you know, buy it from there and see what happens. Take a small position there. It seems like you like the dip buys. All right. So real quick, I want to see if we can. Let me see here. What's the website again? OTC Markets. There we go. OTC Markets. And what I want to do is I want to see if we can check out DOLV and check out those financials real quick, because I want to see what this guy's so excited about. I want to see what he's so excited about. What does he see that I don't see? So let's just take a look at an annual report. All right, let's take a look at an annual report of DOLV. Zoom in a little bit. And again, I guess they do batteries or some crap like that. And as you can see here, these are unaudited statements clearly. Total outstanding 699 million shares. I don't know if you guys can even see that well. Let me zoom in even better. Total outstanding 699 million shares. And that's as of December 31st. Okay. Let's go down. Statement of equity. I don't care about that. I just want to see what you guys are working with. See how they love to hide the bullshit? I know I'm killing somebody's eyes right now, but hold on here. I just want to get to the money. They love, putting all the money at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Just get to the fucking bullshit. There it is. All right. As I said, these are unaudited financial statements. So these have not been reviewed by a licensed SEC accountant. All right. So as of December 31st of 2016, the company had a little bit over 20,000. These again, this is $20,000 in cash, 238,000 accounts receivable. That's if they can get the money. 16,000 in equipment. Again, this is not of millions. This is not of millions. They would have listed that. This is thousands. 16,000 in equipment. This $70,000 in total liabilities. Other current assets. I mean, again, this I doubt that they have over 500,000 other current assets, and the cash position is that low. But I digress. All right, let's look at paid in capital. As we can see here, paid in capital of 20 million. You guys see that? Hold on. Damn, let me see. I zoomed out too far. Hold on. Shit. Where's that paid in capital of? There it is. Total shareholder equity. Where it is. Paid in capital right here. $20 million in paid in capital. So $20 million of stocks for cash. Practically, but on paper anyway. On paper. All right. So, yeah, man. Look, I get it, man. You want to see your company do well. You know what I mean? You want to see your company do well, but we just got to keep it 100 with the people. You know what I mean? I'm always going to just keep it 100 with people. And unfortunately, man, I don't know about that, man. SC Trucker, he said he was trying to get out with some profits. Yeah, $16,000 in equipment for a battery company. Look, man, hey, look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I just wanted to take a look and see what was it about. But again, when somebody makes a statement that an OTC stock has better technology than Tesla, and this company trades on the over-the-counter exchange, I got to see what that's about. That was a very strong statement, man. You got to listen to some of these people when they're talking, man. And there's just no way. There's just no way this company has better technology than Tesla. It's no way. If they did, they would have sold that patent. I mean, the patent alone would be worth in the billions. Yeah. Yahoo has them in industrial metals and buys. That could have been their previous business. There could have been in their previous business. Who knows? All right, so let's get back to these stocks, man. I just had to see what he was talking about. Again, I'm not trying to shit on the stock at all. I didn't make that statement. He made that statement, but I just had to see what was up. Tesla is $1 billion company, and I'm trying to make some M's in my lifetime. So, that's a huge, what's the word for it? Divergence. I think the word is divergence. Let me make sure I'm using that right. Is it divergence? Is that the word for it? State of divergence. The difference between. Yeah, I think the word is divergence, right? I want to make sure I'm using that right. Yeah, I mean, when something has incredible hidden value and it's not shown in comparison to what it should be worth, I don't know. Fuel, FEUL. Fuel, sleepy stock, man, that stalled off. Last couple of days, I guess it's back. Rocket Fuel, FUEL. 5.3 at 5.36. No gain today, practically sideways day for FUEL, Rocket Fuel Incorporated. I still don't know exactly what they do. I mean, I know they call themselves Rocket Fuel, but I see them here listed as a advertising and marketing company. So do they sell rocket fuel or what? Some of these companies, I just wish I had a couple 100 million. I would just short them and just keep it forever. Because you know they're just going out of fucking business one day. You know, let it go against me a couple dollars, $2 over, you know, the course of a couple years. But you just, you know it's going to zero eventually. DBMM, yeah, shitted on itself today, man. Oh, God. See, I hate that when shit like this happens because, you know, when you have stuff like this happens, only the investors lose, man. Only the investors lose. And you guys know what we do, you know, when shit like this happens, when it was all good, you know, just a week ago. It was all good just a week ago, you know. You know. Unfortunately, see you at the crossroads, man. You know. I feel sorry for all the bag holders. The people who are going to be on the blogs tomorrow trying to convince people to buy this shit. You know. RIP, man. You know. It might come back, though. It might come back. It might come back. You know. It might come back, man. It might come back. That's a big L, though, man. That's a big L. It might come back, though. You know. That's why with these OTCs, man, you gotta... Shit, man. Hate that when that shit happens, man. That should be a red candle. I don't know why it's green. Trading view slipping, man. Yeah. And we pray and we pray and we pray and we pray. Let me see here. What else looking good? Yeah, shout out to the guy who brought up RXDX earlier, though. I saw that one, too. Another stock, Snack. Snack was pretty good today, too. Didn't see the volume that I'd look for. You know, volume was a little on the dry side. I mean, 250,000. I don't know. It needs definitely a lot more than that. We'll see if it builds up. But I did like that move today from Snack, although it was a little slower. You know, it was kind of slow, kind of on the low end. So we'll see if that news brings in new people. But that's another one that had a beautiful little daily chart today, or minute chart. Okay. What is that? Carvana, CVNA. CVNA. If you guys remember Carvana, this was the stock that where you can buy a car on an app. You can basically buy the car on the app. I believe it's just new cars. I don't believe they do used cars. But you basically pull out the app. You know, you do your financing within the app as well. And, you know, you pick a car and they literally deliver it to you in your front house. I don't know anybody who's personally used the service. Do I have anybody in here who's used Carvana before? Yeah, this is a relatively new ticker. As you can see here from the get-go, it started to sell off, but kind of saved the day today for Carvana. Nice move late into the day. As you can see here, it started moving around 3 o'clock, 3:15. And you had buying into the close. And closed at the stock's high. Or just off the high, really. $9.98 for Carvana. Yeah. Okay, Rod, you said bag holder for a year. You said DBMM. Somebody saying they see DBMM up 254%. Was DBMM up or was it down? I believe it, I'm not sure what. Unless this ticker is just sending weird ass signals. BB stores. BB stores. This is, if it had more volume, it would be interesting if it had more volume, but it just doesn't. So, it is what it is, man. It just don't have any volume. But I hate retail right now. I think most people hate retail right now. You said so DBMM was actually up? Oh, okay, shit. Putting them in the ground with a heartbeat. My bad. My bad, shit. Oh, shit. UQM. That reminds me of that movie. What's that movie where the guy plays an Iraqi contractor and they buried him in under a casket somewhere in Iraq, man. That's man, what a horrible movie, man. I forgot what it's called. I think it's actually called Buried or some shit like that. Man, that was a fucked up movie. And he's got his cell phone and he's trying to guide people to come and get him. And then they dig for a guy and they find out it's somebody else. Man, that's horrible. UQM Technologies Incorporated. 8% gain today. Looking at the daily chart, it is setting up really nicely. But again, man, 500,000 shares traded. Here's a light one. Here's a light one. You'd like to see a little bit more than that, but several days of action so far, so good. Who knows? You might be a little high here, but nice move since 45 cents a share. But the RSI is definitely hot. We'll see if it can continue. Ahmed Al-Zaraji, you're actually in Iraq right now? Man, I couldn't imagine living in Iraq, man. Fuck. Motherfucker just detonated himself and shit. I mean, you going down to the Wendy's and a motherfucker just, releases a grenade by his nuts or something. Just like, Allahu Akbar! 313, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello?
Man, what the fuck?
Why have you been calling me?
I knew it had to be one of you, bitch ass motherfuckers, man.
Okay. You've been calling me saying weird things.
Oh, shit.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess another troll, man. You guys know we get those often. You said I'm wrong for saying that? Disrespect? No, I didn't mean to disrespect anybody, man. I didn't mean to disrespect anybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to disrespect anybody. But no, you do know they're putting grenades on their nuts, though. They are putting grenades on their nuts. What else is yeah, they shit, man, they running into the buses and where people eat and shop, just snack barring the whole way in, man. You know what I'm saying? If you somewhere in Iraq and you hear people running at you yelling that, it's game over for you, bro. Game over for you, man. Try to get behind like a concrete, something concrete. Maybe you don't get, your head chopped off by the shrapnel. Because that's what kills people, right? It's the shrapnel and shit. Going through motherfuckers' throats and in their chest and shit. God damn, man. Let me see here, man. He said the Iraq army is kicking their ass. That's good. Yeah, man. What we need to do is we need to, whatever that creation that's Halo. That's what we need. We need to put motherfuckers like that character in Halo. What's the character's name? I used to be hard into Halo. We need to create that guy in Halo. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for that guy. Hell yeah. I'm ready for RoboCop. I'm ready for all them motherfuckers, man. Let me see here. Everybody press, Master Chief. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, Master Chief. Yeah, everybody press like on this video, man. We need to get Master Chief up in there, man. ISIS, man, Master Chief will fuck ISIS up, man. You fuck all ISIS up. Allah Akbar! Ah! 50 cal right through his fucking nuts. PT, okay, what else? What are we looking at now? QBAK. Okay, QBAK looking good. 8% gain. Man, what the fuck? Hey, is Bats still in here? Bats, man. What's the 4 and 8? It's 4 and 8, man. God, tired of missing this shit, man. Fuck. Look at this daily chart. Look how beautiful this swing is, man. It's $3 bucks. God, man. Fuck. QBAK from $4.50. That's $3 man. Now, no, look, the volume ain't shit, but still, man. A couple thousand shares wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah, hello.
Look at this shit, man.
Yeah, hi. Stop using my Wi-Fi, okay?
Motherfucker using somebody with a different
no excuses,
accent.
just listen up. You've been using my Wi-Fi.
you damn nigga!
Y'all gonna make me use all my sound effects today. Shit. At least use somebody with an Arab voice, man. Or a Chinese voice, okay? Or something. Shit. Something funny, man. You don't pay, get out. Some shit like that, I feel sorry for your mother. Who knows what movie that's from? I feel sorry for your mother. Oh, shit. What'd you say, man? Oh shit. Let me see. USRM. Yeah, it's menace to society. You can see these young dudes talking about don't be a menace. It's menace to society. Let me see here. S. Somebody mentioned they were holding Sprint. Sprint shitted on itself yesterday. I'm surprised nobody brought that up, but man, that was horrible. Here's Sprint on the daily chart. You know, they kept talking about that Sprint T-Mobile deal. You know, I don't hear about that no more, so I guess it's not coming. But, you know, can it get back to $9 again? I don't know if it's even worth it, honestly, to wait. You know, got great volume, though, but, I mean, what's the storyline, you know? What's the storyline? 784, you're on the air. What's up?
Hola, vengo de Pizzería San Luis. Solo quería saber dónde debo dejar estas pizzas.
Man, y'all having fun today, man.
Oye, solo estoy intentando hacer mi trabajo. No estoy seguro.
Get out of here, you damn nigger!
Oh, man. That didn't even sound like a real Mexican. That sounded like a gringo Mexican. You know? Por favor. Un momento. Buenos dias, señorita. You know? You go to California and they try to speak Spanish, you know? It sounds gringo as fuck. And if you go down to like the, you know, Long Beach area, they're trying to speak in Spanish and shit. Por favor, por favor. You know? Okay, HOS. HOS, Hornbeck Offshore Services. Down a penny. Yeah, this is another oil play. Again, I'm not a fan of oil right now. I love to see the commodity actually turn in directions too. I mean, as you can see here, man, everything oil's been beaten the fuck up, man. Everything just been beaten the fuck up. Zigs, oh yeah, everybody just, you know, they're just having fun with me, man. They're just trolling. AMLH, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Everybody knows the weekend is coming up, man. You know, everybody's probably got their plenty of fish dates. Maybe somebody here will get lucky and be able to fuck somebody. SGU. Star Gas Partners, SGU. 460,000 shares traded. 510, you're on the air. What's up? 510, you there? All right, 510, last chance.
Falcon kick. Perfect.
All right. All right, y'all just want to hear me breathe or something, man. That's you know. That reminds me of this dude that called me up. I think it was like episode 6 or something like that. And he was like, "Yo, bro, you got some nice lips." I was like, "Nigga, what? The fuck did you just tell me?" This show is about stocks, and this motherfucker called me up. Man, crazy, man. 314, you're on the air. What's up?
Pronto.
All right, man. $305, you're on the air. What's up? 305, are you there? All right. There we go. These motherfuckers that just want to hear me breathe, man. Shit. Yeah. All right. Mankind, MNKD. MNKD, yeah. MNKD's been, man, selling off, man. MNKD has basically been selling off. MNKD. It's horrible. MNKD. Horrible, man. Look at that. Would have been a great short for somebody. Would have been a great short for somebody. Oh, eventually, I mean, they're going to squeeze the shit out of whoever's in there. Because the smart money's probably shorted and took off here. But somebody's greedy. Trying to get that last nickel, dime, or whatever they can get out of this. And that's what it is. 510, you're on the air. What's up? All right. I can't even hear you, man. You know, here we got a motherfucker on the Boost Mobile shit, man. This motherfucker, you're not even using Boost. You're using fucking Cricket, nigga. That's what you're using. This nigga using Cricket. Oh, you know what? You using something worse. Name something worse than fucking Cricket. Oh man, you using a Freedom Pop. That's what you. This nigga on that Freedom Pop. Ah shit. Ah man. He got that Obama phone. That's what he's still on the Obama phone, man. He got that bitch unlocked. That's what he... Ah, shit. APTO? Yeah, we looked at APTO, though. We looked at APTO. That's doing good, but it might be high, man. It might be too late, man. That's the problem. It might be too late on APTO. Might be too late on that, man. You know, look at that RSI. You know what I'm saying? APTO, you know, I went shorter because we haven't had a red day yet. But that red day could be tomorrow, man. That's the thing. It could be tomorrow. Cali girl said the track phone. Yeah. Oh, track phone. We talked about DS. No, I don't think we talked about DSOX. Triton Emission Solutions, OTC stock. Yeah, that one was huge, but I think it's a one-day type of thing. You know, looking at that long-ass wick for what it did today, man, you had a lot. Let's see that. Let's go on the hourly. All right, so the stock, yeah, it looks very much like a one-day kind of pump. As you can see, the stock pretty much died by the noon time here on the hourly chart, and I don't know. We'll see what happens with it tomorrow. But yeah, huge volume though, huge volume for a one-day swing. Mr. Lloyd, is that you?
What's up, man?
Hey,
man, you been having all kind of people calling today.
Yeah, crazy day, man. But telling me about your day, man. How's everything with the baby, stuff like that?
Oh man, you know. Yeah, so I seen the baby, man, but you know what's crazy about it is, I mean, so the head and everything was formed and everything, the heartbeat was there, but the craziest thing, man, it was like, I don't know if you guys got kids or when you first, and maybe you can probably speak on it, but I think reality kind of like kicked in there because I think I was more excited about the pregnancy test than the ultrasound. I don't know what it is, man. But I think when I saw the ultrasound, it was more like for you married guys out there, it was like standing at the altar and you just saw your life flash before your eyes. Because all you're thinking about, no more going to the club, that vacation to the Bahamas that you're thinking about, going to. Basically, that's going towards the diapers, and you got to save for the baby's tuition, and so basically that's what I'm saying. I see my life flash before my eyes, and it's almost like I was almost like stunned.
Wow.
When I seen the baby. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was a bad thing or anything like that, but it's you remember the first time you saw the ultrasound of your baby?
Yeah, I mean, I was, more or less pissed off, but that's a whole different conversation, though. But no. I mean, of course, it's it's reality check time, and I mean, it is what it is. So you start planning about what the future could look like, and what you want the future to look like for this little person. You know what I'm saying? So it's really puts life into perspective.
Right, and it's funny. So as soon as I came home, man, I put a pinned a post into the Discord room with basically a promise, because I mean I need to start taking trading more seriously than I have over the past. I think I've been kind of careless a little bit. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've been kind of careless. I mean, just because when you got money to spend, you don't really take it as seriously as you should. And basically, I've been experimenting, doing other various of different tactics, and so after what Tesla did, I said no more earnings plays, set stop losses.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a profit, and even if it's $50, take it. I mean, the problem is that even when I'm up like $800, like I told you before, I think I've lost touch. I remember the first time I was playing NASDAQs and stuff, and making $100. Boy, I was excited. But now, when you make $100, shit, it only feels like 25 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be appreciative of what I'm getting and start taking advantage of it. And I think, as time goes on, once you get, and I think for me, and what got me this way is when you're winning $4,000 or $5,000, and you kind of lose touch of the smaller values. And so when I'm watching people, post things, and then don't get me wrong, don't think that I'm talking bad about people that make $100 or $50, but it's like once you make it big, it's really hard to go back. And I don't know about for you, and as far as how much money you're making, but it was hard for me to kind of go back and play stocks that are $5 and $10 and stuff like that. So, and actually, I shorted a stock for the first time on paper trade, but we're playing on Thinkorswim, and I think I wrote it now like 60 cents, and it took 3 days.
Yeah.
And I had like 5,000 shares, and the problem was it only came out to like $250, but the trade cost me $2,000. And I'm thinking to myself, I just made $250 in 5 or 6 days, and I felt like that wasn't enough. And so, but anyways, man, that's just my personal issue. But because of this new responsibility coming, I need to start taking it seriously. So I will never. I don't give a damn if the only time I would play earnings if they gave me the report in hand and I saw that shit and I knew it was gonna go up. But if I don't got the report in hand, I don't give a damn who says what, because I'm telling you, I every time I play, and earnings is a gamble. Earnings I don't give a damn what anybody says.
It really is a lottery ticket.
Gambling. Right. And actually, it's so funny. I posted a picture in the Discord. It's like when you play an earnings play, it's almost like the dealer. If you guys who play blackjack, it's almost like seeing the ace card on the dealer's hand, and you got to pray that I don't want to say pray, but you got to hope that the dealer don't have a face card, because you want to buy insurance. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I know it's probably a bad analogy, but yeah, man. So I think with this being this new responsibility, you guys will never see me I'll probably make a careless trade every now and then, but I vowed not to blow as much money as I did in the past, so.
Yes.
Anyways, brother, I ain't gonna hold up the show. I know 1,000 people trying to call in and say something crazy, so. But anyways, have a good one, man. I'll keep you up to date. And I can't see what anybody's saying right now because I'm trying to log in, but I definitely respond to comments. And if you guys want to study on Discord, I'm Mr. Lloyd and on Discord, and definitely we can kind of hit it up and talk stocks.
Yes,
all right, Bill, I
indeed.
appreciate everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Lloyd, for the call. Thank you, Mr. Lloyd, for the call. Congratulations to everything. So that's good to hear, Mr. Lloyd, getting back to the stocks more seriously. We're excited about that. Yeah. We're excited about that. All right. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd for that. All right. Let me get you guys out of here in just a bit. I know I started late today. All right. So I'm not going to keep you guys up too late. Africa Emporium, what's up, bro? FIT. 12% gain today, 637. 637. Phones and handheld devices, Fitbit. Oh, okay, yeah, Fitbit is that shit they sell at Best Buy for fat people who are trying to like lose weight. Doing good. The watches and shit. 203, you on the air. What's up?
Hello. Hey, this is Dennis from A&T Electric. How you doing?
This motherfucker said A&T Electric.
We're calling because we've gotten some reports about interruptions in service in your area.
I take a look.
Have you had any problems with your electrical service today?
And my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis, and the happy times are coming to stay. I gotta sing and I dance when I glance in my pants, and the feeling's like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis, and everything is going my way.
Man, y'all just keep playing with me, man. Y'all just want to play games tonight, man. Just want to play games tonight. All right. Envy, DQ, up 9% today. Million shares traded. God damn, this thing 100 times daily its daily average volume. Average volume is 2,000 shares and put 1 million today. What was that about? 919, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, Bat Scientist here.
Hey, Bats, appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling.
Sure, not a problem. How's your trading been going this week?
Oh, it's been going good, man. Kind of been distracted because I got some other, business things I've been doing, but otherwise, I still, my big winner for this week was my short in LXU.
Nice.
I had a short in TBBK, but I mean the stock isn't doing anything. The volume is just horrible. So I had to kind of bounce and get out of that. But LXU, I'm riding it back all the way down to the 7s as long as the stock continues to participate.
Nice. Yeah, my week hasn't been too good trading wise. When you hemorrhage a few $100s here, a few $100 there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to kind of press the reset button today and just, think about the big picture and working on some new strategies. I'm finding like there's a lot of dead cat bounces coming up. So I might actually focus on those, both on the OTCs as well as the NASDAQs. Because, for instance, when AMD dropped, there were so many opportunities to get into that. What was the other big one that dropped that kind of bounced back? I can't remember it offhand. But anyway, that might be a strategy that worked. I mean, I've been looking at all those stocks that have gone down, even like AEZS and similar stocks like that. I think I have a list of some of them.
There's one TUES too. Take a look at that when you get a chance. That stock moved down 30% today.
TEUS?
TUES.
Oh yes, I've got that one on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got that. That's actually the first one I have on my list.
Okay.
And it's right at the bottom. It's overextended on the downside. Nice hammer formation today at $2.20. This one I'm definitely looking at for a bounce back tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I think you can ride this over a couple of days to back to 260s. I think it's very likely, possibly, and Tuesday morning.
So ZFGN, the one that you talked about earlier, which I guess you came out with a video last year on it when one of their drugs led to someone dying or people dying. After hours they released some news that basically their preliminary drug testing, I think it's phase 1. I don't know if it's still the same drug, but apparently it's helped people lose 1 pound a week, and it's very, very good phase 1 clinical data. So it's up 15% after hours. I'm actually taking a chance on it because I got in at about $5.65. I bought it after hours because I think, according to my calculations, 15% up after hours won't lead to any detrimental damage going into tomorrow. Had it been up maybe 30, 40, 50%, I probably wouldn't have bought it after hours. So I'm taking a chance that with 15% after hours, when the market opens tomorrow and everyone hopefully jumps into it, it might gain another 15%. But as you can see from the chart, it's literally closing the gap, which is why it stopped at 560. That was where it was at a few months ago. So nice to see that gap close. I think it closed at 480 something, and then now it's at 560. So I'm just going to take a chance on that one and see if it works. I've had some success with extended hours trading, so I'm just mixing things up because I'm not really getting the luck that I want to with the regular penny stocks and going long on them. I think going for dead cat bounces, maybe some after hours trading, I might be able to get some improvements that way. And then of course CBIS has been disappointing me. I'm still holding it, but I know it will bounce back, but it's just a question of when, and time is money. When you've got to, turn this type of lifestyle into something sustainable, you can't be holding stocks for months on end unless you've got money dedicated for that. But with what I'm doing, I'm trying to at least, day trade if I can, or pick stocks that I can swing trade and hold for a day or two. So we'll see what happens. And I've just posted my picks for tomorrow, 5 NASDAQs and 5 penny stocks. We'll see what happens. But thanks again for a great show, and always nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, Bass. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, take care.
All right, so thank you so much to Bad Scientist for the call. Appreciate the call. Somebody mentioned that I wasn't picking up the phone. I'm picking up the phone. I mean, if you call when somebody else is on the line, unfortunately I can't get your call. But thank you so much, Bad Scientist, for that list. All right. Always bringing that hot shit. I saw Africa Emporium too put out a couple stocks. You guys should write those stocks down too. All right. Somebody had bought up GSDC, an old gold play. GSDC is running again. Gold Sands. Oh, okay. It looks like it did something today. All right. OTC gold play. Nothing much there though. Only 100,000 shares. ONCI. ONCI. Okay. ONCI, I like it at 0007. You're at 0009. This is another stock I watch because when it gets to that 0007, that's when it really starts to, it's got a lot of support at 0007. That's basically like the bottom for the stock. So 0009. You might be actually a little too high, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys. This isn't the most exciting stock in the world that I'm going to be introducing to you guys today. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of commodities right now, but this is a company that trades at the highest level of the OTC marketplace. The ticker is MLNGF. All right, didn't have much action at all today, and but volume is slowly increasing. You know, they've got trades. Marlin Gold is the company, and right now, let's see here. Let me go back to 24 million shares floating as of right now. Decent outstanding share amount, 172 million, with again just 24 million floating. They describe themselves as a publicly traded gold and silver mining company with profits located in Mexico as well as Arizona. Their priority, they say, is to advance its properties toward commercial production and enhance shareholder value through financial optimization, namely the growth of wholly owned subsidiaries. All right. So I'm going to show you guys their video, and you guys can tell me what you think about it. And here we go.
Marlin is a burgeoning intermediate gold producer with a suite of assets, our primary mine in Mexico, development stage project in Arizona, and a wholly owned royalty company with our cornerstone asset in Nicaragua.
It's our goal to roll up small to mid-sized assets in the Americas and create the next mid-tier mining company. We focused on projects that made sense in the Americas, low cost of CapEx, low cost of production on a per ounce basis, and we just went after it.
La Trinidad is a producing gold mine located 110 kilometers southeast of Mazatlan, accessible via paved highway. Gold grades improve at depth, with the highest grades starting in the second half of 2016.
It actually is a unique situation to have developed this mine as quickly as possible.
We all knew that this project had a couple of phases. One, the ore on the very surface on the top, and a big section of waste in the middle, and a high grade on the bottom.
Started to scratch the surface of our high-grade zone at our mine, and that was the trigger point on how we're going to be transitioning from a high-cost operation to a low-cost operation.
Commonwealth is a historic silver and gold district that has been consolidated for the first time by Marlin. A 7,000-meter drill program was initiated in August 2016 that will test satellite targets surrounding the historic Commonwealth mine. San Albino has a 43-101 resource of approximately 1 million ounces of gold at an average grade of 8 grams per ton. It is one of the highest grade undeveloped gold deposits in the Americas.
We think that our operating expertise will give us an advantage to some of our other royalty and streaming peers, and we have a captive asset base. The mines we own and operate could also be part of the royalty and streaming strategy. The team consists of a very deep bench of operators, metallurgists, geologists, mining engineers who have built mines before, principally in the Americas.
We have people, a team that's bilingual. They understand the cultures, they understand the challenges.
they are crucial in making sure that all of our operations, whether those that we own fully or those that we're developing in partnership, are running as effectively as possible. So it allows us to have some level of operational oversight and control over all of our operations.
Other companies were squirreling away whatever little money they had. We were deploying capital, close to $100 million in 4 years that Wexford has put into Marlin. The future is having multiple mines in production. The future is being focused on jurisdictions that we can operate in that are friendly to mining.
Now that we're actually on much stronger footing than we ever have been in our history, we're going to be using this platform to aggressively grow going forward. We aim to use the entirety of our assets to grow the company into something substantial in the not too distant future, to be the next great mid-tier gold producer.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is Marlin. That is Marlin. Marlin Gold. And let me. Oh, this thing got my damn camera jacked up here. Hold on. Oh, shit, motherfucker. All right, hold on. Hold on, man. God damn. Just when you show a video and it starts fucking up. I know you guys can hear me better clearly, right? Hold on. 'Cause I'm looking like I'm doing the robot over here. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I was looking like I was doing a robot. There it is. Boom. Okay. All right. So we back in action. All right. So anyway, that was Marlin Gold. That was Marlin Gold, MLNGF. As I said, they trade on the highest level of the OTC marketplace. With companies like that, man, you got to make sure you know how to read financials, because those are long-term, relatively long-term kind of plays. So you're going to have to read the financials, understand where they are with the numbers, understand a little bit about mining operations and what exactly they're looking at. You guys know I was a big fan of SZMFF, but that one's been, just been destroyed over the low cost of gold right now. And that stock is, headed down to zero unless gold starts to really turn around here. So that's just commodities right now. Yeah, that's just commodities right now. Chris Lee, you still watching Night Food? Yeah, Night Food is what we presented the last time we were on. Okay. Last call, and I'll get you guys out of here. 832, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, sir? How you doing?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
Nah, you speaking with Cedric, man. I'm calling out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, what's up, Cedric?
Man, nothing much. I just wanna say, man, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I mean, I've been watching your videos. You really inspired me. I'm from the Congo originally.
Okay, appreciate it.
My parents was an immigrant, and your story, just really inspired me, man. I just want to say, man, keep doing your thing. Keep teaching us, man. What you're doing here is valuable, man. It just adds value to us, man. And it just, really, you're doing your thing, man. Just keep up the good work, man. Thanks for the knowledge, man. That's all I wanted to say.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for calling, man.
All right, peace.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling. Brothers from the homeland, all right? You know, I should have asked him what Congo is he from, Brazzaville or Kinshasa? Just hit me as I hung up on him. All right, one more caller, 480. Oh, 480, call me back. I'll take 407 then. 407, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? You're on the air.
I was just wanted to look at a stock called MTBC. I know it's kind of like a pump last couple of days.
Yeah.
And looks like it's kind of going down a little bit now. But I just wanted to see what you think about it for tomorrow, because I have a position at $2.08.
Yeah, I need the stock needed to hold the $2 today, and it didn't. And you know, now that we've peaked under that $2, it's so funny because I actually have that listed as a possible short. So I mean, I think if you don't hold like 185, 184 tomorrow, I think you might want to you know go ahead and get out of this.
Yeah, it's touched that 185 for like I think like 5 times today, but it kept going up and it wanted to test the twos. I know it did it like twice, and I almost sold there to like a little bit of a loss, but I'm just holding and hoping that you know, get something tomorrow, and I held it overnight so that way it doesn't count on the PET rule.
Yeah. I really would want you to, if you see any weakness in this tomorrow, to get out because you could get overwhelmed with selling pressure. As you said, that 185, 184 level, I was staring at that today because I thought I would jump on top if we really broke there. We hit it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and didn't break. So if it goes back tomorrow, I don't know if it'll have enough buying power to sustain another attempt at those levels.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, dude. Thanks. Yeah, I was so funny he brought that up. I'm staring at MTBC hard, man. You know, a pump that you know, honestly can't really hold these prices. And it's got to come down. I mean, it's up real high, you know, for what it's been doing over the course of, you know, these last couple of years in the stock. That move's gotta come down a little bit. Okay. Oh, Tyson Bats, call back, bro. I'll take your call. Call back. And then I'll get these folks out of here. Call up. All right. Tyson Bats?
Yeah, what's up, Sal?
Hey, what's up, man?
I just wanted you to take a look at DCTH, and I know that it's been beat up for a while now.
And what's that ticker one more time?
DCTH.
All right, Delcaf Systems. All right, so yeah, very bearish stock as you can see. Ooh, wow, yeah, horrible 2017 and 2016 for that matter. This looks like it's been ugly for a long time. What do you see in this?
The only thing I'm really seeing on this stock is kind of what I saw in FNBC, like when it was getting ready to get played. Basically, this stock's been beat up a lot. To me, it looks like it's about ready. It's kind of like at its bottom. I don't know. I'm thinking it may be at its bottom, and it had so much value in it today that I'm thinking that possibly there may be some bulls trying to push the price of this stock back up. This stock may be ready to turn around and trade at a higher price. So that one is on my list for tomorrow. And I only need it to move a few cents for me to cover what I want to cover tomorrow. Okay. So I'm looking for TH to possibly turn around and make, if it can get over 6 or 7 cents, it can definitely cover 10.
Okay. I'm looking at the money flow to see If it's got some increase.
And I think it has.
Yeah, there's some money coming into the stock. Yeah, say that again, Tyson Bats.
I think it has good earnings.
Okay.
I think it had good earnings on the 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Let me see here.
I run the earnings for the 4th.
I don't see the earnings. If it did come out, I haven't gotten a chance to see it, and I don't see TradingView listing them now.
Okay, and then also I had so yeah, that's on watch for me tomorrow. If I can get that to move a couple cents, and with the volume there, possibly may be able to move tomorrow. I had CBMX. It's moving now off of news. I mean, it's moving now off of news or good earnings, either or.
Okay. CBMX, are we up after hours in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm expecting some movement from there tomorrow. It's up big after hours. So that may be a possible gap and go tomorrow morning.
Yeah, CBMX now last trade after hours at $5.54. That represents a 13% move from the close. So yeah, absolutely. CBMX up after hours 15% now.
And then the last one was SSH.
Yeah, I remember this one too, Sunshine Heart. It's so funny, Sunshine Heart actually was a stock that was at one time just like the stock before, a 8-cent, 9-cent stock. Actually did a reverse split, and now here we are back at these low levels.
Yeah, so I'm possibly looking for some 2 o'clock action on that because it's already trending now. So possibly may try to trade at higher levels tomorrow. It traded 10 cents today, and it's going to trade higher tomorrow.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right, we'll be watching it. I like that. I like the SSH just because there's nobody in there right now based on these indicators. So that might be a really nice move for someone to get a couple cents and at least maybe even back to 1. It could be likely if we can squeeze some people in there.
And then last but not least, WKHS.
Yeah, workhorse. Now this one, this is up nicely today. You think a continuation could happen here?
Possibly. It held its gains today, so I'm thinking possibly that it may try to trade. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's at a nice 2 o'clock degree angle. One of the only stocks right now that's kind of trading like that since the market's kind of sideways. So yeah, I'm looking for that one to possibly continue tomorrow because it's at a very nice 2 o'clock angle, and it's picked up a lot of change today.
Yeah.
Almost not exactly 1 million volume, but definitely did very well today. Picked up roughly 65 cents on that 2 o'clock degree angle, and then it picked up another 20 cents after hours, kind of complementing the trade of higher prices.
Yes,
so I'm
indeed.
looking for a continuation at 2 o'clock on this tomorrow.
Workhorse Group, WKHS. Excellent.
Yes, sir. So that's all I got for today. I mean, I have, I always got a list of like 50 tickers, but that's all I have. And then I see PTX. Now, I seen you guys talk about PTX at the beginning of the show. PTX was at that 2 o'clock.
Yeah, all day.
Here this week, like that. And then it just continued to beast today. I mean, it just was a savage today.
Yeah, today that was a stock that, man, you just ride it and hold it. It's been like that for the last couple of days. So PTX continuing to do well, and not blowing up in terms of volume. I mean, just a solid day where there are just more buyers than sellers, and it's been consecutive days like that.
Yes, sir.
There it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, Tyson.
Hey, Sal, before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lloyd, I heard Lloyd call earlier, but I just want to tell Lloyd, what did I tell you about FBNC yesterday? I bought FNBC yesterday at like 13 cents when it was first starting to break out. And then I bought it, right? And then, I was talking to some guys about it, and they're like, man, this stock, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, dude, keep your eyes on this stock because these little cheap stocks tend to run 1 and 2 days when they have this kind of value behind them. So I just want to tell Lloyd about FBNC that I told him about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people wishing that they went bigger in FNBC because they're even kind of surprised by themselves how aggressive the stock has gone these last 2 days. Not bad for FNBC.
Yeah, I saw it trading at 13 cents, and I said, you know what, I just need this to move 3 cents, 4 cents, and then I basically almost put my whole account in there when I averaged almost my whole account in there when I seen it starting to move very well. So, yeah, that was a very good trade for a lot of people this week. So, that's all.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. All right. Shout out to Tyson Batts. Yeah, man. FNBC, I see a couple people saying that on Twitter, how they should have went bigger. They should have went all in on FNBC. That's kind of one of those plays that comes, once a week where it can change your whole, outlook on things if you just catch it right, man. But it's a huge risk because you can't see the future. Who knew that a stock in 3 days would move from 13 to 61 cents? You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, appreciate that, man. I saw, who was that? KJB talk about the video I put out earlier. It's so funny. Somebody reported my title, so I had to change the name of the title. But yeah, it's out there now, man. If you guys want to get into affiliate marketing, I'm going to make another website. Somebody was talking about make a website showing how to build websites and whatever. I just use Wix and a little bit of creativity and some basic programming. I'm going to be starting a website for Nadex because Nadex has a affiliate marketing program where they're paying people $50 for every sign up and who funds their account for Nadex. So I'll probably set up a website for Nadex because they, I've been watching them from the sidelines, but it looks like they're in business for the long term now. And if you guys want to get into affiliate marketing, it's a great way. If you have some basic coding skills, you like to use the computer, you like being on the computer, to create some websites that, sit there. You don't have to update them, and they'll just make money for you as long as you do some basic SEO and willing to spend a little time with it, a little time on it. Some of my, I have 22 websites now. Some of my best websites are, I don't like to put my business out there like that, but are in porn. I have 2 websites, one for Bang Bros and then one for Round and Brown, that make great money. Round and Brown. Say what you want about the industry, but I mean they pay $35 a sign up, man. And you put up a couple pictures. These horny bastards, they sign up to that website like crazy, man. They sign up to that website like crazy, So those little picture sites, we'll talk about this more tomorrow on Friday's show. We'll talk about business and internet businesses and all that crap. But those little picture sites, you turn those people into signups and make money, So check that video out if you're interested in that kind of shit. With that being said, I'll be on tomorrow and we'll wrap up the week. Try to find some stocks, that could be moving. But I mean, the NASDAQ, as we see every, 2 days, we got a new list of stocks to follow because these stocks these small caps are just not carrying over like they used to. Some here and there, when you do see them, they're incredibly low volume. What's going on, Prolix? Prolix after hours, he's saying NAK's up. Yeah, I was watching NAK and it broke down. NAK broke down, so I thought we'd have a move higher, squeeze some people out. But it's breaking down, but he's saying it's up after hours. Hopefully it can continue like that and we can get back up to the 160s again, but we'll see. We'll see. Thought process, he said you signed up for that site. Yeah, man. I mean, look, money is money, man. Money is money. These guys, at the end of the day, man, I don't hate no business. If you making money, then, and if you gonna let me get in on it, then, I'm gonna get in on it. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the show. I'll be in tomorrow. I'll definitely be in a little earlier. I can't promise you we'll do 8 hours, but you don't know. I'm willing to go a little long tomorrow. We'll see what happens. If y'all are talkative or not. All right. Yeah, I got people calling. I don't know why you guys love calling the end of the show. The beginning of the show, I'll have no callers, and then when it's time to wrap up, everybody wants to call me. Call me tomorrow, fam. NAK News? We got NAK News? Oh, shit. Okay. Hey, Prolix. Hey, Prolix, call in and tell me what's going on. Hey, Prolix, call in and tell me what's going on, fam. Before let me see here. Is this Prolix? 716. Who's this?
Hello?
Mother.
Hey, listen. You gotta get your kid under control, okay?
Always a bitch ass motherfucker going. Oh my God, man.
Yo, kid.
Y'all play too much. Y'all play too damn much. Prolix, call me, man. I just want to know what's going on, bro. Hey, what area code are you calling me from, Prolix? I just want to know what's going on. 305-600-2896. I just want to see if he's going to call in. Let me see. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
Yo, what's up, Sal? Frolic.
Hey, what's going on with you, bro?
Yo, so NAK finally today, after hours, after the market closed, we were expecting today to be the day the EPA ban or the EPA veto gets removed. But they did basically put out, if you go to their website, Northern Dynasty Minerals Ltd, if you go to their website and you look at the news panel for investors, you'll see on it that it says that basically they've already come to terms with the EPA. They put it off for a week to finalize the deal. So May 11th on Thursday is when we should be getting that news.
Wow.
But, after hours today was because I was waiting all day for it. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought May 4th was gonna be the day that they finally approve it, but I was at work today. I'm like, what the hell? It's like nothing's been released. And then I was like, oh, whatever. After the market closes, they'll probably release something at least. And sure enough, after hours, they put out a news article on their website for May 4th, and it just says, that they're just extending the proceedings another week.
Mm-hmm.
And then the motion states that the parties have identified a likely framework for settlement and request a short 1-week extension of the current stay to allow the parties and the time necessary to finalize the agreement and obtain the required approvals. So it just got extended 1 week. That's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, the investors are loving that. I don't know if it'll stay up there tomorrow, but I mean, I guess, May 11th is that real date. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say today it actually dropped, and I got in at I think 165. I own 1,500 shares of it, and I have another 700 sitting in my account. So I think I'm gonna go up to close to 2,000 shares. And on the 11th, that's when I think I'm unloading it. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting in tomorrow because I'm gonna see if this price pulls back.
Yeah.
And if it pulls back, I mean, whatever. I already have a solid position in it. So I was just like, I'm just waiting to see if it pulls back. If it pulls back, then I'll buy more. Because on the 11th, I've been hearing different people tell me different price targets for it. But if it does get approved, I think you'll definitely see over $2. That much I do know. But if it gets approved, who knows? You might see 3, 4, maybe even 5. Who knows?
Damn. All right, man. We'll be looking forward to it, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling up, man.
You're welcome, Sal. Keep it on, man.
Thank you. So shout out to Prolix. Appreciate you for calling, bro. All right, so NAK, man. Might see a little squeeze here. We'll see what happens tomorrow, NAK, if buyers are going to be willing to keep these higher prices up. He basically said it was an extension, so maybe the news isn't strong enough to keep it going. But we'll see if we can get a squeeze out of it real quick. We'll see. But May 11th is the date, as described by Prolix. All right, guys, you guys get out of here. Have a great night and great trading day tomorrow. See you guys after hours tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.